Hey everybody, you're watching the channel that nobody watches, James B. Carter, and I am your host as always, unfortunately for you, James B. Carter, and today we're going to do something slightly different on my channel. We're going to do a book tour. I got this book for Christmas. That's the Frank Frazetta Master of Fantasy and Art, and as you know, he's my favorite artist. I would say between him and John Buscema. Those are my two biggest influences. Some Jim Lee thrown in there.
Another wasted afternoon, spending on my own with the TV and the phone. Another wasted part of life that I will not remember when I'm dead and gone.
Jim Lee and Buscema really weren't painters, and Frazetta was. In fact, not only was Frazetta a painter, I believe that Frazetta was as good as any of the Renaissance artists. I would compare him to any era, and I think his work would hold up. Here's a pencil. Here's a pencil sketch, or pencil sketch. I would say this is pre-Conan. This Tarzan-looking guy kind of looks like Conan. Uh, Either defending himself against a gorilla or attacking a gorilla. I'm not sure. And then we have the opening page. Nice little inked piece up there. Frazetta. This is one of his first Conan works. Look at how he adds like the greens and blues in there, and with all the veins and stuff. You know, anatomy-wise, Frazetta wasn't always correct. I mean, if you look, the legs are a little too long. The arms are the shoulders are kind of strange. The head's too big. I mean, the head's definitely too big, right? But it works. It works. Here you have looks like a pencil sketch from 1991. Sorry, I have a cold, guys. And this later became a painting. I'm certain of it. So this was like the underneath. This was the skeletal structure. Usually he penciled it out first, and then decided where he was going to go with it later. This is an interesting piece. I don't see a year on there, but this is a piece that I'm really not familiar with. So that's kind of cool. Early fantasy piece from Frazetta. Here's some of his pen and ink work. Look at that cross hatching. Guy was a genius. We have some more early stuff. Oh, look, he even did the Phantom years ago. Some more pen and ink. There's a photo of the man himself. It's an early cartoon. My God, he grew a lot, didn't he? Look at that. This is probably early 50s. I don't see a date. Thunder. You can see now that he's like, look at the cross hatching and shadowing and stuff. He's starting to find himself. This looks like this might be, my God, is this, wow. This is 1954. Crazy. Beautiful stuff, especially for 54. There's ink work, Frazetta. Sort of the prelude to the Conan character. This is 1950. Some strips. Look at the line work on this. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Little Annie Fanny. It's not his best work. This another Tarzan type character that would later become Conan. This is nice. Look at this beautiful ink in here. Wow, I love this piece. These blacks are so black. It's beautiful. Ringo Starr. Pencil or charcoal sketch. His color palette was very unusual. You know, I think maybe as far as a composition goes, there definitely wasn't anybody better. Hotel Paradise, this must be for a movie he did. Yeah, his composition is unbelievable. Check this out. This looks like something from the Fearless Vampire Slayers here. This could be. This piece of Clint Eastwood and Sandra Locke. Look how good he made her look, Sandra Locke. You see how the background and the buildings and stuff, they're just hints. He just sort of hints at them. I like that. It doesn't take away from the focus of the characters. I would say first and foremost that Frazetta was a character, a figure artist. Why do I feel like this is from Battlestar Galactica? I don't know why. This is 78. Yeah, I think this was from Battlestar Galactica. This piece right here, this was the poster he did from Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, look at that, 1966. Is that a beautiful piece? Is that a beautiful piece? The serpent coming up. Some sort of queen or witch up here. 66. It's amazing. Dracula meets the Wolfman. Neanderthal. And yes, it is Neanderthal. Most people say Neanderthal, but it is Neanderthal. See again the muted back. Egyptian queen. I love this piece. Look how natural he drew women. Sun Goddess, I love this particular one. This is a great one. The Executioner, classic. Queen Kong, this is sort of a play on King Kong. It has a chick on the Empire State Building, and she's holding King Kong in the palm of her hand, or a gorilla in the palm of her hand. It's a role reversal, basically. And she's swatting the planes as they fly by. Vampirella, this is 1996. It's a late piece for him. Yeah, and this is the first Conan. This is 65. Man-Ape. The Snow Giants. And it's cool how in the corner they have like a little ink sketch that they've shrunk down. The Destroyer. This is a Conan. Look at how intricate It's so intricate. Dude, it's sick. Helmet's coming off. Blood splatter. Sometimes he would do this in one night. Some of these he would do in one night. I just can't imagine. He said he'd always have deadlines, and he would put the deadlines off to the last minute, and he would just like pound down a bunch of coffee, get started at 8 o'clock at night, finish it at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and then he would sleep for 2 or 3 days. It's like it literally drained his soul. Here's another Conan. This, to me, is the most famous Conan piece. This is the one I remember most growing up as a kid. Berserker. Another Conan. See, this is an example of the piece he did first compared to the later piece. He didn't like the way it turned out. This one has so much more. This one's so much more evil and dark, gothic. So Frazetta, it looks like more like an Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Conan. It's more Neanderthal type stuff. A lot of these poses where his wife. It's more of a comic book style. It's very unusual for Frazetta that he would color in a comic book type style. I love this piece. It's a great piece. Lord of the Jungle. This is the Tarzan. Son of Tarzan. Oh, I love this one. Princess of Mars. I love this. I love this Batman. Can't tell me that's not a Batman symbol right there. I'm so intrigued. What the hell? I'd love to know what's going on in the story here. Carson of Venus. The Mammoth. The Moon Maid. A Fighting Man. The Fighting Man of Mars. This was for like Edgar Rice Burroughs, you know, John Carter, Warlord of Mars type stuff here. Captive Princess. Land of Terror. That's a nice little picture over here on the side. I believe this is Conan. No, this is John Carter, Warlord of Mars. Swamp Demon. This is my absolute favorite piece. 19, what is it, 60? I don't know. Let's see what year. But this is my absolute favorite piece by Frazetta. Oh my God, look at the beauty. Look at the beauty. It's awe-inspiring. It's amazing. Strange Creatures. Atlantis. Mothman. Yeah. Beautiful. See how it has beautiful colors on the creatures and on the people, and the background is muted. That's something I would like to get into. Muting the muting the backgrounds a little better. This is great. I think this might have been for like a a rock poster or something. I'm not sure. Pretty wild stuff. This one is so cool. It's a chick, naked chick about. It's a chick, naked chick getting ready to be sacrificed, and this dude, he's saving her. Looks like they might be in the Congo or something. King Kong. This is 79. I wonder if it was, no, sorry. This is 79, 76. I don't know if this was a movie poster or what for the, it says 79, so it would be right around, maybe a little after, I don't know, the movie came out. Fire and Ice. Now everyone knows about the rotoscope movie, right? The Frank Frazetta rotoscope movie, Fire and Ice. And what rotoscope is when you take live action characters and you just film them in front of a blank background, and then you trace them onto celluloid. It's called rotoscope. It's a big book. It's a great book. Cat Girl. Look, in the original version, she had blonde hair. Frazetta liked brunettes. Seems like he always went dark with the hair. So a few times he went blonde, but just he couldn't help himself. So geisha. I'm not really into the Japanese style, but it's cool that he could do it, right? Wow, look at this piece. Crazy, right? Not only is the background, it's not even muted, it's non-existent. More examples of his pen and ink work here. This is 1972. It's I can't tell if it's a man or a woman being strangled by a serpent. Silver Warrior. Dark Kingdom. Now, I know this is a Molly Hatchet album. Actually, I know this is a Molly Hatchet album, and actually they had Frazetta do a lot of these. Princess and the Panther again. One of the rares that you'll see Frazetta and the ingenue having blonde hair. Primitive Beauty. This is the Old West. This is a Western painting, and just the red and stuff, just I love it. I love it. It's nice, but again, the background's muted. This piece is called Sunset. This is called The Disagreement. Look at this pen and ink work right here. It's amazing. Oh, this is what we have on the cover. Awesome space battle going on here. This is 1991, so this is later. This is later. This is towards the end of his career. Samurai, or she actually. Satanica. This is the sorceress. I think I don't know much about his personal life. I know he was into sports and stuff, and I know he had like thyroid issues that kind of made him crazy. But he's a very dark man, and he did stuff like Satanica and stuff like that, and like sorceress and dark stuff. And I believe even in his drawing, I'm not trying to like expose anybody here, but even in his drawing, I feel like I'm seeing a 6, 6, 6, which is the sign of the devil, which I think is fucking awesome. Or it just could be random, but that looks so sloppy to be rocks. I mean, why would everything else be so perfect? And then look right here, it's just like, eh. But this is my favorite. I guess this is my favorite piece. I have so many favorite pieces. This is called the Death Dealer. And this is absolutely, without a doubt, his most famous piece. This is the Death Dealer 5. This is Death Dealer 4. Which is an 87. Death Dealer 6. And you get to see the early version. Oh man, I would love that early version is so awesome. Death Dealer 2. The Moon's Rapture. And the thing about Frazetta is he worked on smaller canvas than you might think. He worked on a smaller canvas, and I always assumed these paintings were gigantic. And then I saw some of the stuff that was hanging in the museum, not in person, but on YouTube, and they were smaller pieces than I was expecting. Like, I don't know, like 11 by 17 sometimes. And there we have it. We end with the same image that we opened with. Let's see what the cover looks like here. If it's just if it has anything on the front, it does. Look, Frazetta, master of fantasy art. Okay, guys, well, I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you had a fun time looking through this book with me. And until next time, you've been watching the channel that nobody watches, James B. Carter. And I have been your host, unfortunately for you, James B. Carter. And you hear the squeak of my chair? Do me a favor, click subscribe and hit that like button. And until next time, keep on clicking.